Let's see how equals works for value types now. I've gone back to our previous code that used the food class, and I'll change the definition of food to be a struct, a value type instead of a class. What do you think is going to happen now? After all, structs exist on the stack. They don't normally have references unless you box them. So doing what the base implementation of objects.equals does, comparing references, is meaningless for structs. Well, let's run the program and see. And now we have different results. The code is saying that banana does not equal chocolate, which was what we had before, but it's also saying banana does equal banana too. This is remarkable. It's exactly the result you would expect if you were comparing the values of the food instances to see if they were equal. And that is in fact what's happening. But look at the food class definition. I haven't written any code to override equals. There's nothing in this type to tell .NET how to compare the values of food instances to see if they are equal. Yet .NET apparently knows out of the box how to do that. .NET has figured out, without any help from us, how to tell that banana and banana 2 have equal values. How is that possible? Well, what's actually happening is that, as you might recall, all structs derive from system.valueType, which in turn derives from system.object. System.valueType itself overrides object's method, and what the override does is it goes through all the fields in the value type, calling equals against each one in turn, until it either finds a field that's different, or there are no more fields. If all the fields turn out to be equal, then it figures the two value type instances are equal. In other words, value type's override of equals says that two instances are equal if every field in them is equal, which is quite sensible really. In this case, our food value type has only one field, the backing field for the name property. That's a string, and we know that calling equals for strings compares values, and we can see the name field will be equal for banana and banana too, but not for banana and chocolate. And that's what gives us this very nice intuitive equals behaviour out of the box. Unfortunately, this convenience comes at a price. The way system.valueType.equals works is by using reflection. It has to if you think about it. System.valueType has no knowledge of what types you might derive from it, so the only way it can find out what fields, say, food has, is using reflection, and that means performance is usually pretty bad. For that reason, it's often a good idea to override equals for your own value types, using the techniques that I'll show you later in this course, just so you can provide an implementation that runs faster. In fact, you'll find Microsoft has done that for many of the Microsoft written structs that you use.